True school lockdown horror stories. This is a new playlist on mine.
It happened last year, 2018, when I was still in my second year of high school. It was earlier March than I was in school. We were just playing some quiz game on my laptop. I connected it to the projector for all of them to see. But then suddenly the school's fire alarm went off. They said this isn't a drill, but rather a maniac just entered our school with a gun. So all of us closed the door and the window to our classroom and switched off the lights. It was all silent, like you could hear a pin drop to the floor. At first, I wasn't panicking that much, but it all started to happen when a gunshot was heard from the distance of our room. I can assume that he already knows that we're here. We are the closest room from the entry hall. Every single one of my classmates was crying. I'm the tallest and the oldest student of them all. I'm 16 and some of them are 15 and 14 and another one is 12. So I thought, I'm the oldest. I should protect them. I was like that. So then I grabbed the fire extinguisher in our room, because every single room in my school has a fire blanket and a fire extinguisher, just in case of a fire. I had a stupid plan inside my head that I'll spray him with the fire extinguisher. So then I opened our room door, and I came across it.
Oh gosh.
He was a middle-aged man, wearing a white tank and black slacks. He was holding a .44 Magnum caliber revolver.
Oh.
At first, we were having a quick draw match, like that. He grabbed his gun first and pulls the trigger. I can feel my heart beating fast, and just then he aimed the gun at me, but it didn't shoot at all. He forgot to cock his gun, so then it's my chance to hit him with a fire extinguisher and knock him out. After that, the police arrived and every student was reunited with their family. And still, I'm wondering, what could have happened if he didn't forget to cock his gun and shoot me first?
You obviously would have been dead. It's kind of how life works, buddy. I'll do another one. That was only 2:38. Okay, here we go.
My name is Alina, and this happened 3 weeks ago. One night, my husband came home and told me that he's got something for me. It was a baby monitor, one of the fancy video ones. I asked him if my 3 a.m. visits to the nursery were starting to bother him, to which he replied with a smile, maybe a little, and that he thought this might help us both sleep better. I glanced at the sleek white baby monitor box and said, okay, let's do it. We set it up in the nursery that night. I pointed the camera right at the crib and placed the monitor at the nightstand. I fell asleep watching the video feed of our son peacefully sleeping in his cot. I jolted awake. I quickly looked at the monitor. The feed showed James sleeping, looking like a little angel. I smiled and fell back into a deep sleep. The next night, as John and I were getting ready for bed, I asked him if he heard the weird noise coming from James' room last night. John seemed a bit worried and wondered if we got mice again in the house. I hadn't even thought about that until he said so. I started getting anxious and told John that I should sleep in James' room tonight, just in case, because I didn't want mice getting into the crib. John said that I didn't need to because I have the monitor, but I was still not satisfied. He frowned and told me that I was overreacting and getting anxious for no reason. It wasn't my anxiety. I was just concerned about our child's well-being. But John didn't understand and kept saying that I shouldn't be concerned so much and relax. We had a bit of an argument, and finally I decided to just leave it and slept. I woke up again at 3 a.m. Instinctively, I reached for the baby monitor. The red light blinded me in the darkness. I waited for my eyes to adjust. There was my little man facing away from the camera, with his little tufts of hair sticking every which way, sleeping peacefully. I set the monitor back down on the nightstand and closed my eyes.
Okay,
My
wow.
eyes flew open. James was facing towards me now. Eyes closed peacefully, puffy little cheeks smushed against the soft pillow. Alina, sleep, he's fine. Stop checking him again and again. I thought maybe John has a point. I forced my eyes closed. He's fine. The fog of sleep filled my mind, melting my thoughts into dreamy nonsense. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Don't check on him. Just go to sleep. A loud cry came through the wall. When I looked in the monitor, I saw that James was laying in the same position. But despite the cries coming from the nursery, his mouth was closed. What the hell? I leaped out of bed and grabbed the doorknob and yanked it open, running blindly into the room. Get away from him!
Oh my God, it looks like Momo.
Within a matter of seconds, the woman slipped out the window. I grabbed James out of the crib, held him tight against my chest. John came stumbling in. Call the police, someone was in here! As I held James tight against me, something caught my eye. The baby monitor camera, its red light blinking in the darkness. There was something propped up in front of it. I reached out and turned it over. It was a photo of my son, sleeping peacefully.
So therefore, it is a picture. It's just a picture. Oh my gosh. God, that looked like Momo.
Seconds.
What? What? Well, let's see if anybody else. Did you use Momo's face because it scared me? Momo, I have a question. Momo. 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 Dude, that's creepy.